All right, welcome to the interview, and thank you so much for talking to me today, Joergen.
My pleasure, friend.
If you want to start out by telling me and the listeners a little bit about yourself, like what's your name, what you do, where you're from.
Okay, I will. My name is Joergen. I'm from Oslo, Norway, and I'm 52 years old, or 52 years young.
Mm.
And I work as a business coach and mental coach for both CEOs and athletes as my daily job. And this started out as my hobby because my kids are grown, so I have a lot of spare time.
Mhm.
And I first saw Fred training. I think it was on Facebook. I'm not quite sure. I think it was an ad on Facebook, and I saw it, forgot about it, kept on doing this on my own, and that didn't go too well. So I understood that I needed some more uh, education and someone that can tell me the steps, step by step, since
Mhm.
I've never done this before. So I joined Fred training in the late September 2024.
Okay.
I think it was the 24th of September.
Mhm.
And I didn't listen. I did everything wrong, crashed and burned. And thankfully, I didn't start out with a lot of funds. I think I started out with the smallest available amount of
Yeah.
$350 or something like that. And they were gone in like 4 days. Poof! Which was a wake up call for me. So then I started over again. And then I thought, this time I'm going to do it right. So I
Mhm.
actually saw your course, and that's one of the things that um, made me want to follow you, was that you gave out this course step by step, like even old dinosaurs like me could understand it.
Mhm.
It's like trading for dummies,
Yeah.
which was what I needed. So I saw that, and then everything started to fall into place. And the one thing I fell in love with is actually your live sessions, because then that's where I learned the most.
Mhm.
Because that's when I can see, okay, I can see that as well. I can see that trend as well.
Mhm.
And that gives me a lot more confidence to try to do trades on my own, not just
Mhm.
copying your signals or
Yeah.
your trader signals. So since the middle of October 2024, I played it really, really safe.
Mhm.
I went all the other way instead of being an idiot and trading with two large lots. I went the other way and traded with really, really small lots. And
Mhm.
I just made myself a plan that said I should be somewhere between $50 and $70 ahead plus every day.
Mhm.
And slowly but slowly, then I increased in that number from 70 to $100 a day. And when you think about it, that doesn't sound much, but with 20 good trading days a month, that's actually quite a lot of money when it comes to
Yeah.
Norwegian kroners, which $100 is about 1,100 Norwegian kroners.
Mhm.
So that's how I started out. So I'm about 4,800, 5,000 plus just on Fred trading per now. And I'm not touching those money. And in addition to that, thanks to what I've learned, I was able to pass a prop account challenge.
Yeah, I remember you said that's awesome.
Yeah, so I have $100,000 in prop account as well. Well, now it's
Mhm.
about 109,000. So I made about 9,000 on that one as well. I'm not touching it. So my plan is to just keep learning, and build up my own bank.
Mhm.
So probably start another prop account, hopefully for 200,000, and just take out the funds and put it into my private trading account.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I recommend to everyone.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because thankfully,
You're doing exactly the way because almost all people on interview asks me how I built up my capital, and you got it right there. That's exactly how I did it.
thank you. I'm thinking long term, not short term. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm 52 years old. Hopefully, I have 10 more, 15 more years in the workforce.
Hmm.
But if I keep on doing this for those 10 to 15 years, then my retirement will look a hell lot of different. So, or I'm able to retire early, but will time will tell, right? So that's my plan. I'm not touching the money. I'm not running out buying stupid stuff. So it's a hobby, but it's a really well-paid hobby.
It's a really, it's a lot better than all these hobbies of collecting stamps or something like this, right? This hobby actually pays you money.
Yes, and you're continuously learning. So, and I, of course, I have a lot of free time, spare time on the evenings and the weekends. I listen to podcasts and look at
Mhm.
YouTube videos and read books and try to puzzle everything together. And of course, there's as many opinions about trading as there's traders, but you need to find someone you trust. And I have found that you present no bullshit. And there's a couple of things. Since I'm a grown-up man, I followed 3 or 4 different traders,
Hmm.
and I don't want to talk other people down, but too many of them treat their customers badly when they call
Yeah.
people stupid, lazy, and intelligent. That's not the way to do it. You always should treat people with respect. You have no clue of what their situation are, and
Hmm.
you don't know if $400 or $350 is a lot of money or if it's nothing to them. So I really like that about trading, that you always treat people with respect, even when people come with really, sorry, stupid questions. Because there are stupid questions, and still you keep your cool and you answer them calmly and easily anyway. And I appreciate that because that's something about you as a person.
I
So
appreciate that, man. Well,
yeah, no, no, yeah, and
I
there's
can
a
tell
lot of
you the reason why all these groups is telling you you're stupid when you come with a question is probably because they have a shitty service. Like they don't have very good signals, and then you end up losing money on the signals. And then you come and ask why you're losing money, and then they don't want you to blame them, so they turn it around and then try to like do some mind game to that it's what you that were it was your own fault that you lost the money, right? And then
yeah,
get angry at you, and that's how they did that's how they do it. And if I have a shit day and I lose a lot of money, I always apologize for it. Like I don't have to, but I also feel a little bit responsible for people. And I trust me, I do my best every single day and every single week to make sure that my members make money because I take the same trade. So when I lose money, you lose money, and so everyone loses money. So nobody wants that, right?
no, and most of the time when people lose or liquidate their accounts, it's because they have been getting greedy. You probably had 1 or 2 trades that went really well, and then the third one comes along, and you go in with double lot the lot or the triple the
Yeah.
lot, and then this time I'm really going to make money, and you get kicked in the face. But that's your fault. If you
Hmm.
just stick to the bloody plan, I'm not going to swear any harder than that. Stick to the plan. Stick to the risk management. And that's probably one of the things I have going for me with my other job is that I stick to the plan. When
Hmm.
I train an athlete for the World Championships or the Olympics, we don't jump over step 2 and 4 and 7. We know that we need to take every single step slowly, slowly for the competition that might be 2 or 3 or 4 years ahead of us.
Hmm.
But then again, then we know we're going to win.
For sure.
So I think it's exactly the same. And at the other end, when people do those stupid mistakes and over risk things and got liquidated or lose a lot of money, then they get stressed out or angry or sad, and they try to revenge trade it back with the first trade that comes along, instead of removing themselves from the computer, walk away, go out, have some air, work out, have something to eat. And it's the same on the computer. You need to press Control, Alt, Delete, boom, and start over again.
For sure, for sure.
And that's the thing I teach people the most and most often, my clients, is how to Control, Alt, Delete your brain. Boom. Let's get, so you're able to control your state management. So it's not boiling, but it's
Yeah,
cool
exactly.
enough, so you can do sound decisions. So I really like the way you talk to people and you follow up, and when or if you have a question, and I send a message on Telegram to your help desk. First of all, they're quick. Second of all, they're always polite. And I like it's a small thing, maybe, but when I ask a question, if they don't know, they tell me we don't know, but we will check it out and get back to you, instead of just not answering, which is the case on a lot of the other channels I used to follow. I don't follow them anymore. And I think one of the problems is that a lot of the gurus out there, they operate alone, and suddenly they have like 1,000 or 5,000.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have no way of answering everyone. But you have taken that seriously and recruited people to actually do that job.
I have an amazing team of Filipinos actually now. They are so nice and so polite. The most wonderful people on earth. And I know that I cannot answer everything myself, so that's why I have them to do it. And then every time there's something they don't know, they come. We have a WhatsApp group. They come in, they ask me the question, and I give them the answer, and then they come back to you guys with the answer. So it works.
Which is
Super nice.
perfectly fine, because the main feeling as a trader or as a follower you need is the feeling that I'm being taken seriously. It might be just a minor thing for another person, but to me, in that moment, it's the most important thing. So that when I've been taken seriously and say, "Oh, sorry, sir, we don't know that, but I'll get back to you as soon as I check with Fred or whatever." Okay, then my shoulders goes down and I can breathe normal again.
Yeah.
So I think that's something you really win over a lot of people with. And it varies if I use the chat or not. Depends how much time I have. But I think it's again a signal of openness when you have an open chat.
Because most people don't have that, right? Most groups don't have that.
Because they're afraid of what will be said in that chat. But if you have nothing to hide, why should you have an open chat? So people, and it's almost self-regulated. Have you seen that? But if people start saying something bad, some other people say, "Hey, listen, shut up. It's not their fault. It's your fault." So people regulate themselves, which is a cool thing. It's like, as you say, it's a family thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's 30,000 people in there, so sometimes it goes a little bit overhand, and I cannot because there's sometimes 10, 15, 20,000 messages in a day in the chat and all the topics. It's absolutely madness how active it is.
Yeah, I've seen that. But
so I cannot monitor all of it, but people are really nice most of the time to, like, if somebody steps in and says some bad things, other people come in and they're like, "No, hey, don't talk like that," like blah blah blah. So it's super nice. It's a really nice community, and I barely monitor the chat, like, because people are oftenly nice in there, right?
Yeah, sure. And that's both a sign of openness. You have nothing to hide, and I think it's you have to give people responsibility for them to take it.
Hmm.
So you train your customers in being polite
Yeah.
and trustworthy as well, and then they start sharing their thoughts or how strategies, or should we buy now, should we sell, who else is holding, um, and it's not like people, I don't want to tell you what I'm doing because I want to earn more money myself,
Hmm.
which is a common thing. Which if I think I found something brilliant, I will let the other people know that instead of keeping it to myself. So I
Yeah.
hopefully can earn even more. It's enough money for everyone up there.
That's the cool thing about trading, because in a lot of other trading industries, that I get a lot of comments from people who's not part of Fred trading who's saying, "But Fred, if you found like the secret formula to making a lot of money, then why do you need to share it with others? Or why would you?" Well, okay, I get that. If you have some product you're selling, right? If you have some store you're selling with some product, like I get that, then don't share it with others, because then it gets saturated and it's difficult to sell more of that. But the cool thing about trading is it doesn't matter if we are one
No,
person, 100 people, or a million people, because there's no possible way that we can move the US dollar compared to the euro or the gold market. It's like trillions of dollars every day.
exactly, exactly.
There's enough space for all of us.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people, I have no data for this, of course, but I would think that a lot of your members have thought of different side hustles or different
Mhm.
alternative careers. And okay, what can I do? And they have maybe been through affiliate marketing or whatever, and that exactly that's your problem. Okay, the guy that sells you that course on how to do affiliate marketing, why the hell is he selling that course? He's watering out his own business.
Mhm.
Well, he came to the conclusion is the only way I can earn money on affiliate marketing now is by selling courses, not
Yeah,
by doing
exactly.
it myself. So,
Exactly.
but that's exactly the opposite when it comes to trading. And to me, which is a bit of a history nerd, and I like to watch the news and common affairs and things like that. I I I love to see the trends and the patterns that are forming. Okay, Trump got elected. Okay, what happens then within the crypto community and gold community? I mostly trade Bitcoin, gold, and some of the biggest pairs. But I have the idea that I won't be able to be good at everything. So let's try to be good at some things. So maybe two or three pairs, and I stick to that.
And
And
it's funny, Jürgen, every single advice I've almost given in all these, I've had 12 interviews today. Every advice I'm giving in all of them, it's like you figured out all of them yourself.
oh, cool. Well, thank you. Well, that's very nice to hear. Probably by doing it wrong in the first place, but
Mhm.
learning by mistakes. Because that's my main strategy. Is that okay? Let's see how we can do things, and when things doesn't work, stop, resonate. What went wrong now? Why? And how can I change that until
Mhm.
next time?
Mhm.
And then your progression will be much quicker. I actually, it's a bit cool. I have a client, a young guy, is in his 20s. He's also a member in Fred Trading,
Mhm.
and I'm not his trading coach, of course. I'm his coach when it comes to his career and okay, what path should I take in life, but once in a while we come back to trading, and it's
Yeah.
exactly the same advice I give him when it comes to his normal life
Mhm.
and within trading. Now you're getting stressed. Now you're getting angry. Now you start to revenge trade, or you get panicked and then you try to get your money back, or now you get greedy. It's the same things all over again. And then when people follow, like, not only Fred Trading, maybe they follow three, four, five different groups, and you give up signals almost at the same time, and then you suddenly have like 10, 11 trades open. And then it doesn't matter if it's 0.02 lot. when you have a small account, boom,
Yeah, that's up very
gone with
quick.
a win.
Sure.
It's exactly the same advice we talk about when it comes to trading, or when it comes to what should I do with his business that is running for his regular job. So I think it's a lot of, we people, we us human, we are quite simple creatures. So we do everything in patterns. We do the same thing over and over and over again. From you get up in the morning, you usually do the same thing in the same order. When you go to the bathroom, you go to the toilet first, then you wash your face, and then you go to the toilet, and then you put your clothes on, and then you have your breakfast. And we do every single thing in an order. But if that order makes you fail at something every single time, it might be smart to change the order, or pull something out, or put something in. So that's my job, to help people. Okay, what are you doing? Where do you think the fail lies, or the flaw lies? Let's pull that out. Let's replace it with something else, and see what happens then. If I go left every day and that goes wrong, what happens if I go right? Things like that. And that's the beauty. I when I went to school, I hated math. I was good in every subject, but I hated math. But now I see the beauty of it. Because I see how it's all connected in trading. So when it comes to whether you look at volume profiles or the price or whatever, it's all connected.
Yeah.
And there's no greater feeling, and I probably you know this better than anyone, when you discover something that you don't think everyone else has discovered. And you say, uh-oh, this is the way it's gonna go. And you hit that sniper. Boom.
It's the best feeling in the world. It's without hitting a spot on perfect trade that makes you a lot of money. Like, you're feeling very proud of yourself after you got
And
it.
then the only thing I need to remind me of that then is not to be an asshole afterwards. Okay, you were brilliant. You were brilliant yesterday, but that doesn't mean you're brilliant today or tomorrow. So tomorrow is today. Let's start
There's
over.
a few rules I also trade by. Every single day, it doesn't matter if I won 10 trades the day before, if I lost 10, I would never lose 10 trades, but still you get the point. It doesn't matter if I win or lose the day before. Every day is a new day, and I reset every day and take the day as I haven't won or lost anything the whole week. And
But,
that's
then okay, now you awaken the coach in me. Sorry. How do you do that? How do you push Control Alt Delete so you restart everything?
I think for me it comes from experience, because I've been doing it for so long, and for me I try to take all the emotions out of trading, because the number one enemy in trading is emotions. That's the one thing that makes you lose a lot of money. And the way I take that out of it is I trade on my phone. I don't trade on my computer. So I trade on my phone. I have my phone next to me in this thing here. Every time I trade, I open my trade phone. I take the trade and I close it again, and I don't look at it. Then I have empty trading view on my computer. So if you eliminate the numbers is what scares you. If you eliminate the numbers and only look at your analysis on the chart, because there you just see the candlesticks, you have no idea how much money goes up and down. So I don't look at my phone. I only look at my chart. And then once I see on my analysis that now it's a good time to close, now it's a good time to take profits, then I take my phone and I close. And I don't look at the numbers until I close the trade. And that way you eliminate most of the emotions. And if you eliminate the emotions, you take the hardest part of trading out of it. And then it gets so much easier.
I'm smiling because I do exactly the same thing, even if I haven't heard you said it before. You know, on MT4 on your phone, you can choose to have the trade open, or you can just press charts. So in the second I press buy or sell, I change the screen to chart.
Exactly.
So I just see, because if I'm not in front of my computer and I have trading view here.
Yeah.
I found exactly the same thing, because the numbers freak people out, especially when they probably
Mm-hmm.
get in a long and there's a sudden dip, and you just see your dollars flying out the window, and then people get afraid and they stop the trade because of the numbers.
It's
Because
always because of the people always text me, should I close? Should I close? And again, no, you should not. If you enter it with proper risk management and you know the maximum amount you can lose and you don't look at the numbers,
write it out.
there's no way to fail then, because if you follow the system, you're gonna earn money eventually. Like it's impossible not to if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I found as well. So then write it out, and okay, learn from it. If it was a losing trade, it was a losing trade. There's always another trade. There's always another train.
Always, 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 for
If
sure.
you miss the train, get the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am. It might be an age thing. I don't know. Maybe because I'm older. I'm probably older than most of your members. I don't know. But I think it's really interesting to see how people, and it's not a bad thing, but if any, an open chat, people can psych each other out
Yeah, they can.
through the hype, and
Yeah,
people are scaring each other. It's like when you're young and we went into a dark cellar and someone heard a noise, and then, and then
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
scared, but it's nothing to be scared of. It's just the red or green going up and down,
For sure.
and I think that's the beauty of it as well. As long as you have that bloody risk management, not thinking I'm going to become rich tomorrow or next week, but steady build up my funds, steady build up my own capital, my own bank, and not be. You don't need to lean on the prop firms. The prop firms, they love it when you lose, of course, because they know we'll get you come back and do another challenge, and you have to pay another $3 or $4 or $5 or $700 to do that. And so be smart. And I really like what you bring along for that. Is long term, long term, long term. This is not about moving and buying Lamborghinis tomorrow, maybe someday, but not tomorrow. For
I
most
think
people.
I think you're pretty well on your way, Joergen, because a lot of my advice is you're already doing. I mean, my advice is focus on a maximum of 3 to 4 pairs, because if you focus on all pairs, you're never going to recognize the patterns and you're never going to get good at them. I have 4 pairs that I specialize in, 3 of them that I trade the most. I've traded those pairs for many years. I look at them every single day. And when you look at something for hours every day, for months in a row, for years in a row, you at some point develop some sort of gut feeling about what's going to happen, and you
And
sometimes it cannot be
history
explained.
is repeating.
But if you repeat something, you get used to it. So focus on a few pairs, specialize in those, keep a good risk management, take all the emotions out of it, look at the charts, don't look at the numbers, and stick to the plan and be consistent. And if you stick to all these kind of rules and that I just said here, then there's not even an option of you failing. It's not possible. It is not possible.
No.
And I think you're well under your way.
Yeah, well, thank you. I hope so too. And I was actually just 2 weeks ago, I got a job offer. That a company wanted to employ me, which I'm self-employed. I work for myself, but they wanted wanted me to work for them. And of course, there's plus and ups and downsides about every employment, because then someone has meanings about where I should be, what I should be doing for what time. And the good upside is, okay, of course, you have a salary, a fixed salary, because, okay, we will give you this much money a year. But to me, it was a no-brainer, because suddenly I said, well, then I remove all the time, the flexible time I have to do this, to be trading. So this is a no-brainer to me. I can be self-employed. I know I have a steady income, and then can use my spare time I don't know how much time I use actually trading. That's probably not more than 15 to 30 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
But I spend a lot more time every day on analysis and reading and try to become better.
Yeah.
But actually, numbers thing, when I put in things, that doesn't take much. If I only should be copying your signals, it wouldn't take me more than 10, 12 minutes
Mm-hmm.
maximum, right? So this is something that everyone could do as long as they do the things you already went through, control their emotions and proper risk management and so on, and stick to the plan.
Exactly.
But that's one of the things that are difficult for us people, right? We are so inconsistent as beings. That's why everyone's, I'm going to start a new, better life the 1st of January. And I'm going to work out and eat more healthy and sleep more and whatever. And the gym is full of people the 1st and 2nd week of January. Just give it to Mars. 90% of them are gone
Yeah.
because they're not consistent. And you have a military background, I have a military background, and that's one of the good things about the military. I think it's you learn how to be consistent, how to do things the same way every single time, because then you know it will work.
Mm-hmm.
You pack your backpack in the same fashion, the same order. You put your clothes on. You do the drills with your rifle exactly the same way every single time, because when shit hits the fan and you become stressed, you will still stick to how you're supposed to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly the same in trading. When, whoa, suddenly there's a waterfall and there's all these transactions, certainly when it comes to crypto, you have when it's so volatile, and you need to be still in the boat. Don't rock the boat even more by messing with your own brain, at least.
Well,
So
honestly, I think you're doing a wonderful job already, and it sounds like you're already well on your way with like all the advice I gave in the previous interviews. You're already doing it, so
thank you.
so far so good, and I
No,
will
so
for sure do my best to make sure that that your journey keeps going in the right direction, and that's only up. And
thank
I'll be
you.
doing a few live sessions next week. I have a
Yeah,
dinner in 15 minutes, so I need to get going soon.
prepare for that. Sure.
Um,
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Fred. I'll just keep on grinding.
Keep on
Step.
grinding, man. Keep on grinding, being consistent. If you
Yeah.
haven't already, be sure to pick a few pairs that you focus on and only trade these all the time. And
I
then
have.
take the emotions out, and there's no way you can fail as fast as I see.
Thank
And
you.
the last thing you said, take all your money from your prop firms, put them into your personal account,
Mm,
because it's very difficult to trade with a 5% max drawdown. It ruins most trades. So
yeah.
do that and then build up your capital, and that's exactly what I did, and that's how I got $1 million account, simply by doing that, putting all my money into my own personal account. So
Mm.
you're well on your
Yeah,
way.
that's the long-term goal. And so, okay, I'm not on a million at $1 million yet, but that's the plan, because then you have the leverage and the wriggle room to
Yeah,
move around.
nobody
Yeah,
starts at $1 million. I
no,
started with $500 as well when I started, and now
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
so
So and it's to be during Christmas, it wasn't that much action. Well, much trading for me anyway. So we're talking November, December, well, half of December, and now we're at the end of January 2025. So it's $5,000 in 13, 14 weeks is not that bad, because
it's
I'm
not bad at
keeping it
all.
ultra conservative.
Plus, you said you are running a 9,000 profit on the that's past already that funded account, right? Or is
Yes,
that
yes.
okay?
I
That
and
should
that's
be
your
paid out, right? Like at least some of it. Like, I don't know what the
well,
payout.
yeah, yeah. Have gotten the certificate or the
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
So it's a 80-20 split. So 9,000 is my share. So I'll be taking those out at the end of this month, next week. And then I just put them straight into my personal trading account.
That's perfect. That's the
Yeah,
way to
and
talk.
I don't know why. I just like Star Trader better than Vantage.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just a
it's
personal.
it's the same owners actually
Yeah,
of both, and I have $1.6 million in Vantage right now, so I trust them 1,000,000%. So
yeah, yeah. I
super good
do too.
broker.
Yeah, they're very, very professional in all everything they do, and you can't say that for everyone. And the same thing when it comes to prop firms. There's so many prop
Yeah,
firms you probably should stay away from. But I understand you need to run. Will send you a telegraph message afterwards with an attachment,
yeah, do that.
and it would be really cool if you had a look at it, because this is something I have tried. I have educated mental coaches for 15 years now. I've had over 10,000 clients, 23 different national teams in sports, and I put down how I think we could put this together to give much more value to your members. It's okay, this is what they should be teaching or should be taught: how to control their emotions, how to do the right, how to stick to the plan. And because that's a skill like every other skill you need to learn. And I put it down, keywords, and you have a look at it, and you just come back to me if you think it's something we should talk more about.
Let's do that,
Um,
man. Sounds like a good idea.
yeah, because it's something I think is a high value to your members, that
Yeah, of course.
I think this is something I feel everyone should learn in school.
Yeah, and it's the most important part of trading, controlling your emotions. So
Yeah. What in life? Don't get married just because your emotion says so. Be smart.
for sure.
Don't be part of the statistics. Don't buy a car just based on emotions.
Hmm.
Don't quit your job. Don't start a job, whatever. It's all about the bloody emotions, right?
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Send it over
So,
to me, Joergen, and then I'll take a look at it. And it was really, really wonderful talking to you.
thank you.
Pleasure. And if you have anything, you know where to find me on Telegram.
Thank you so much. Keep
Thank
on
you.
grinding, Fred.
Have a good
Have a nice
evening.
evening.